Ready to incorporate an LLC in Alaska but unsure where to begin? Today, you will learn about the most common ways to start your business, including the correct forms you'll need, how to register your LLC, critical naming requirements, and all other important tips and tricks. Then, as a bonus later on in the video, I will reveal to you a trustworthy registered agent who will help set up your LLC for free, and also how to get a free 30-minute consultation with a real lawyer about setting up your business. So make sure to stick with me until the end. Alaska is known to be one of the top 10 richest states in the United States as of 2019, and not to mention that their state does not have an individual income tax, which makes them have lower burden tax in comparison with other states. There are three main ways you can start an LLC in Alaska. First is the DIY or do-it-yourself process, where you mostly depend on Alaska State's website. The second way is hiring a professional service, which practically offers more efficiency and security in the process of creating your LLC, while the third one is hiring an attorney. DIY LLC Formation. Let's first take a look at the steps required for starting an LLC on your own. Step 1. Name your business. Following the official guideline, choosing a name for your LLC is considered the very first step. It is important to see through the Alaska guidelines in choosing a name for requirements compliance. There are also rules to consider when coming up with your LLC name. Number 1, your name of choice must contain the phrase Limited Liability Company, or LLC. Number 2, any word or phrase that can confuse your LLC with the government agency is strictly prohibited. Number 3, addition of restricted words such as bank or attorney can get you additional paperwork, and you might need a licensed professional to be part of your LLC. Another thing would be to make sure that your selected name isn't taken yet, so do a name search on Alaska Department of Commerce, Community and Economic Development website. Not only do you check your name availability, but making sure if your name of choice is available as a web domain is also necessary. You might not need this as soon as possible, but this can be useful for your business, and so acquiring a URL beforehand can make things easier. With this step, you will have to pay $25 for reserving a name, and this reserved name lasts up to 120 days of reservation and availability by filing a business or corporation name reservation application. Step 2. Get a registered agent. A registered agent is the one responsible for accepting and receiving important legal paperwork on your behalf of you and your business. One might say to think of your registered agent as your business point of contact with the state. An agent has a physical address as P.O. Box is not allowed and is available during business hours. You can choose an individual or a business entity that is a resident of Alaska or is under a registered agent service, professionals who are authorized to transact business in Alaska. Even choosing yourself is a viable option, and so is electing an individual that is within your business or company as options. But I don't really recommend these options over getting a professional registered agent. You'll be more comfortable sleeping at night knowing that your agent is professional and trained to manage legal documents to avoid problems concerning court schedules, filing reports with the Secretary of State, etc. Besides, hiring a professional registered agent is not expensive. In fact, InkFile offers a free registered agent on your first year of signing up to their service. During that free year, you can already take advantage of a professional and trained agent to receive legal documents on your behalf. A dashboard where you can always access these correspondences that your agent has received, as well as email notifications and automatic forwarding whenever your registered agent receives documents. Step number 3, filing the Articles of Organization. This is basically every state's first step in forming an LLC, which is filing the Articles of Organization, also known as Certificate of Formation or Certificate of Organization. This will be filed with the Alaska Division of Corporations, Business and Professional Licensing. This costs $250 with the option of online application or through mail. The Articles of Organization must contain the LLC's name, purpose, the name and the address of appointed registered agent, management of LLC, whether by a member or a manager, and signature of the LLC's organizer. Step number 4, prepare an operating agreement. It is important to take note that an LLC operating agreement in Alaska isn't heavily required, but is highly recommended. This is basically an internal document that would determine how your LLC would run. It points out the rights and responsibilities of every member and managers in your company, and it also has the inclusion of how your LLC will be managed. It also serves as an affirmative for your LLC in showing that it is entirely a separate business entity, which then helps you preserve your personal assets and limited liability. Without an operating agreement, state LLC law will be followed on how to manage and how your LLC will operate. If you need to create an operating agreement and want your free sample copy to make life easy when filling out, then feel free to check out this link in the description to get your free downloaded copy. Step 5, filing initial and biennial reports. Right after organizing your LLC comes the responsibility of filing initial reports with the State of Alaska Division of Corporations. This is within the first 6 months of organizing your LLC, with no filing fee to be aware of. Filing these can be through online or mail. And as a requirement of the state of Alaska, every registered foreign or domestic Alaska LLC needs to file biennial reports every 2 years, with a due date of January 2 for every filing year. The filing fee for Alaska LLCs is $100 and foreign LLC costs $200. This can also be filed through postal mail or online. The initial and biennial reports must include the following: LLC's name and state where it is organized. For Alaska LLC, the address of the LLC's registered office in Alaska, name of the registered agent with that same address, while for the foreign LLC's, address of its principal office in the state where it was organized, names and addresses of LLC's managers and, if none, members. Lastly, the names and addresses of each person that owns at least 5% of interest in the LLC and the percentage they own. Step 6. Obtaining an EIN. Employee Identification Number, or EIN, serves as your LLC's Social Security number. This 9-digit number is assigned by the Internal Revenue Service, or IRS, for identification in business concerning tax purposes. This number may also be referred to as Federal Employer Identification Number, or FEIN, or Federal Tax Identification Number, or FTIN. If opening a business bank account or filing and managing federal and state taxes plus hiring employees, you are required to obtain an EIN. Obtaining an EIN is a slightly longer process compared to the previous steps. I'm sure you know, anything to do with the IRS is confusing. First, you have to have complete knowledge of your LLC, such as your company information, managing member information, business address, business information, company details, and even the critical information regarding vehicular assets and federal excise taxes. This is another reason why getting a professional registered agent is way more convenient, as they can do this for you as part of their service. Now let's talk about the second option to form an LLC, and that is hiring a professional formation service. Professional formation services do all the steps you should be doing on your own. From filing necessary forms to acting as your registered agent, you usually have to allocate a specific budget for this option. A formation service guides you through the steps of forming an LLC and streamlines the process. These professional services do this daily, so they are familiar with the procedure and are accessible and responsive to questions you may have along the route. As I have promised earlier, I will name one of the best companies out there to help you form your Alabama LLC, and that is InkFile. You can click on the link in the description or type this into your search box to get access to this deal. InkFile is one of a kind, as it offers a free package with services such as preparing and filing your articles for organization. Well, it is not really a free package, as you still have to pay $237 for the state fees, which you would have to do anyway if you choose the DIY option. But looking at the bigger picture, all other companies will still charge for their service fee on top of state filing fees, but InkFile does not collect this fee. This plan already includes a free registered agent for your first year of subscription and $119 annually moving forward if you decide to continue the service after the first year. InkFile's next packages are the Gold and Platinum packages, which both have package fees already on top of the $237 state fee. Each package has its own set of services, which are all worthy of the subscription you are paying for. The Gold package offers you the benefits of filing reports and taxes for your LLC. Every year, Alaska LLCs are required to file a state annual report. This report is essentially an information update of your file so that the state knows who is now in charge and how to contact your company. Alaska LLCs are also required to file state tax returns. To make matters even more complicated, your annual and business privilege tax share a document and are due at the same time each year. With InkFile's Gold package, you won't have to scribble notes of these reports because InkFile will handle the whole process for you. Their Platinum package also has these services in the bag, with the unique addition of expedited filing, getting a domain name, and a business email, which essentially increases your LLC's credibility. InkFile's set of awesome features does not end here. They are also exceptional for having an inclusive partnership with Bank of America, so you can easily open an eligible checking account for your business. Yes, it is a must for your LLC to have a business account. Remember, an LLC has limited liability, for it is a separate entity from its members. You may forfeit your liability protections if you combine your personal and business money, and this is where the term piercing the corporate veil comes into play. Piercing the corporate veil is an LLC jargon that refers to the court's action to hold you, as the owner or member of an LLC, personally liable of the LLC's debts or actions. Basically, an LLC's purpose is to separate your personal assets, such as your property or your car, from your business assets. Now, if you've already been sued by some lawyer who sees a crack in your LLC, they might resort to piercing the corporate veil in which you are, in any position, defeated. This is why opening a separate bank account for your LLC is so important. Do you like the level of detail I'm providing you in my review so far? If yes, then make sure to let me know by liking my video and hit that subscribe button for more high-quality business content that I will be releasing every week. Hiring an attorney. The last option for forming an LLC is to hire an attorney to assist you with the process. An attorney will normally provide the most individualized service, yet the most expensive. To incorporate a corporation or LLC, attorneys typically charge between $1,000 and $1,500. One way to get an attorney for free is by signing up to the 7-day free trial of Rocket Lawyer through my link in the description below. You can create your free account and immediately get great access to real lawyers to help you with your business formation. These include a free 30-minute consultation with a lawyer and even asking your lawyer to review your documents for free. If you want to be fully hands-off in the process, designing a new product, or working in a potentially risky field, hiring an attorney is your best bet. The attorney will advise you depending on the industry and your circumstance to assist you to discover all potential concerns. However, if you are opening just a normal LLC with low risk, I recommend just going to InkFile for the most cost-effective LLC formation. Now I want to guide you on the next step to take when starting your LLC. So if you've chosen the DIY option, then I recommend you check out this video, which will help you pick the best bank accounts for your business to avoid commingling funds. But if you have chosen option 2 of using a professional formation service but want more information on InkFile, then check out this video where I have done an in-depth tutorial and review on them. So check it out, and I'll see you over in that next video.